We're like Nizar, Nizar. Right, Nizar? Anyway, we are back for week 13 in the NF and the L. That's the National Football League for those who don't know. I know it's confusing. I was thinking the National Falafel League, but I don't think they have a league. I looked it up, but they are delicious. Their yumminess. I looked.
So we're talking about soccer, right?
Yeah. The one with the socks and the ball.
So is FC United playing this week?
No, I don't think so.
That's not even a real team. It's FC Barcelona, but
anyway, let's jump into see DJ. He wanted to change up the format, but I was like, nah. We'll do that next week because we already got the setup. But we're gonna change the format next week and make it, as DJ said, more team centric. He's trying to use big words because he has a full-time job and he's trying to smart.
I mean, well, let me explain. Let me explain why.
Okay.
Because I know, when I'm bored, I look for podcasts, right?
Okay.
Or shows, shows to listen to in the background of my mind and stuff. Well, in the background on the computer, kind of in. Anyway, and it's hard to find like a Ravens podcast or like a Colts podcast. So I was like, why not just make it? Obviously, we're gonna pick all the games because why not? We might as well. But I think if we start with our teams and talk more about like how our teams are playing and played the weeks prior, I think Ravens fans and Colts fans will be very happy with that.
Yeah. And we're going to call it the Baltimore Colts show. Because
without the Chiefs.
You guys get it? Because we used to be in Baltimore and then we were like, this place sucks, so we left.
That's not why they left.
That is why we left.
They left because they was like, Indianapolis seems okay. I know why you guys left. So you guys left and you went to Indianapolis, and then now y'all are the second-rate team behind the Pacers.
I hate you so much. We left because Baltimore sucks. That's why we left in the middle of the night. We were like, screw you guys. We're leaving. We're not going to let you know. We're just going to be gone in the morning. It was basically like a breakup, honestly.
Hey, we did the same thing with the Browns. It works.
Yeah.
But I mean, they are the Browns, so.
Everyone wants to leave them. But anyway, we got the Thursday night game, which seems really late. Is it usually 8:25? Why does that seem really late to me? I don't know. But we got Dallas going into Minneapolis to go, or Minnesota, not Minneapolis. Well, technically, because like I'm gonna start that again because he got my mind all messed up. Now I'm thinking about Indiana, which is in the Midwest, and then I get with Minneapolis, which isn't it's Minnesota, but it's anyway. We got Dallas going up against Minnesota. Dallas is gonna win because Minnesota they started off really, really good, and it seems like the past couple weeks they just cannot get a win. And Dallas is still seems like they're playing really good. So I'm gonna go with Dallas. DJ?
Yeah, Dallas is playing well, but I think there's more holes in that team than people really realize. I don't think they can be. And maybe it's just because I'm like a just avid Dallas hater. I hate them. And I try to be impartial, but it's hard because of Dallas and they suck. But they're the same team they were in 2012, and people are like, "Yeah, Dak Prescott, he's the greatest. Ezekiel Elliott, he's the great." I'm like, but they built the same way that they were built in 2012, and no one talked highly about Tony Romo, and everybody acted like DeMarco Murray was a one-hit wonder. So I don't. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys because the Vikings absolutely suck. Now, in my perception, the Dallas Cowboys suck, but the Vikings are absolute trash. They're real bad. I mean, they're just bad. Like they started out good. It was like them and the Eagles. Like they drank the same Kool-Aid. I think they drank like the wrong version of the Raiderade. Like the first week, and then like after that, it was like it's poisoned or something. Like I don't know what happened, but yeah, I'm going with Dallas. Dallas got to win.
But Dak, he pretty good though. I like Dak. I did do it. I hate
Dak is not the thing. You hate Romo though, but
I hate him so much. He's terrible.
Dak is good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think Dak's as good as people think he is. Because you got to think about it. Dak's playing behind the greatest offensive line of all time, probably. It's really good though. Like that may be a little hyperbole, but it's really good. Like I could run behind that offensive line. I guarantee it. I mean, I haven't played running back since middle school, so I mean, I could probably run behind that offensive line. Justin could run, and we know how athletic Justin is. But I mean, I think Dak is good. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Dak. I just don't think he's as good as people think he is. Now, like, let that offensive line not be as good. Be a little bit less. Let's see a little pressure get to him and see what happens. Let's see that Ravens game with Jimmy Smith at corner. They lose that game. I'm not going away from that. Dang on it. In February, when the Ravens are in the Super Bowl and Dallas is in the Super Bowl and Jimmy Smith is healthy, dang on it's happening. The rematch.
I don't think that's gonna happen. No. It's just not. It's just not gonna happen. But what is gonna happen is that the ATL Atlanta is gonna host the team that by inches, they barely, and I want to really stress this in case Justin watches this. Barely won last week. Barely.
So you're saying they like blew them out, right?
I mean, it was 27-30, but so no, they didn't. They didn't. But Kansas City is going to visit Atlanta and get another big L because Atlanta's going to win. DJ.
Okay.
Do you want to pick the game or like are we just gonna?
No, I didn't hear you say my name. Like you cut out. So
I did. DJ.
What's that? Oh, but I'm going with Atlanta. I think now the Chiefs have the better record. They do. But I think Atlanta is the better team. Yeah, Atlanta's the better team. I think that they have the better offense. And I'm sticking by, not the Justin way, but I'm sticking by kind of my way that I've been picking all year with the offenses being better than the defenses. And the Raiders, like we'll talk about them here in a little bit, but the Raiders, they have a better offense than Denver's offense. And who's winning that division? The Raiders. But I'm going to go with the Falcons. I think the Chiefs are trying to find ways to lose. They are, like I said last week, this year's version of the Bengals. And, they're going to win games. They're going to look like they're good. Then when the playoffs happen, bam! They're not going to be. I'm going with the Falcons. They play at home, too. Are we getting some tunes?
Why
we getting some tunes for the podcast?
No, we weren't. It was... Anyway, we got San Francisco going into Chicago. DJ, what do you got?
It was funny. I picked these games for my grandma because she takes them to work, and she was like, San Francisco, and then it took her a while to get the second team. And I was like, whoever's playing them, whoever it is, I don't care who it is, pick them because San Francisco is absolute trash. I mean, they're worse than the Vikings, guys. But yeah, like they're going against the Bears, and still, still, it's not even really a surprise to pick the Bears. Like the Bears don't look great. I think they're on a backup quarterback again with Matt Barkley, but he didn't look that bad last week. And playing against San Francisco, who have no defense, I think he's going to look even better this week. I'm going with the Chicago Bears, and I'm actually hoping Matt Barkley can prove himself a little bit because he came out of college kind of really hot. He was kind of the quarterback that people were going to kind of lean on, and then he never got the chance in Philadelphia because we should draft him, but never give him a chance. I don't know why teams do that, but yeah, I'm going with Matt Barkley and the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the Bears too. I almost feel like it's a lose-lose situation. Anyway, we got Philly going into Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with Philly. Yeah, just because I don't want Cincinnati to win. I don't. I just don't. Don't. DJ.
Okay.
Are you gonna pick one of your biggest rivals to win this game?
No, I'm not. Like the Bengals only made that game last week look good because the Ravens like to make games look good. They just do. It's tradition, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I just think the Eagles haven't looked great at all, but neither are the Bengals. And I think the Bengals have more injuries on their team than the Eagles do. And the Eagles defense is legit. They're pretty good. And when you pressure Andy Dalton, he's just not that good. We saw it last week. He played against a tough defense in Baltimore, and it was rough. It was tough sledding for him, especially early on. Early on when they weren't playing very conservative defense to keep him out of the end zone. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles. They're still fighting for that playoff spot. I don't think they're gonna get it, but they're fighting for it at least.
All right. Next, we got Green Bay at home against Houston, and I was looking at all the stats on this game, and in the fantasy pick'em on Yahoo, Green Bay is the favorite by 92%. Why? Why? Have people watched Green Bay this year? Like
they think Aaron Rodgers is clicking, so they're like, I actually have a good friend that I work with that is a Packers fan, so he was like, oh, they're clicking now, and I'm like, but I mean, I've watched them play all year, guys. Like I've watched them play all year, so they're not. I mean, they looked good last week, but I still don't. I don't know if it was really like as good as we've seen the Packers play. And he's got that hamstring injury. Let's I think we're kind of dumbing down the hamstring injury. That's a big injury. If he can't move around the pocket, Aaron Rodgers can be good, but I don't know if he's not going to be nearly as good as he should be.
Yeah, he's not good when he can't, move around and, escape if he needs to. So I'm gonna go with Houston. Yeah, Houston. Yeah, I'm gonna go against everybody and pick Houston. Watch, Green Bay is gonna win.
Oh man, yeah, Green Bay's playing in Lambeau Field, so I think that's one of the big things. Is like that home field advantage is just a good thing. I'm gonna go with the Texans too. The Texans are the most confusing team ever. They have all the talent to be good, and then they're just like not. but I think that defense is for real. And I think we've seen Aaron Rodgers play this year, and he hasn't really been like dialed up, I guess you could say. So I feel like I feel like the Houston Texans are gonna get this win here, even in Lambeau Field. Even in Lambeau Field, when Aaron Rodgers is starting to maybe start clicking. I don't know. I mean, because I've heard a lot of even Packers fans talk about how the receivers can't get separation. But when you're playing a good defense, it's going to be hard to get separation. So I can't genuinely go with the Packers and say they're going to get separation against a good defense. I don't think they will. I'm going with the Texans.
All right. We got New England at home against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are not going to win because, let's face it, they're going up against New England. And much I hate New England, they're always going to win against Los Angeles. I had faith in the Rams the beginning of the season. I did. And they just did. Oh, no. It hurts to pick New England, but I have to. DJ.
Oh man, I hate picking this game because I want to see New England like lose a little bit, just a little bit. And New England's that team that like I don't care what anybody says about New England. I think they're a very overrated postseason team. Like, yeah, they have the Super Bowls, but there's been some times where they've looked like the greatest team of all time, and they get in the playoffs and just tank. So I think this is going to be one of those years where Brady's just mad at the world because he freaking cheated. I mean, he's mad at the world because the Super Bowl.
What was that word you said? He what? He what is cheated? What is that? I don't
know. I mean, Tom Brady can do no wrong, guys. It's a true statement.
I don't think they teach that word in New England schools.
But yeah, I gotta go with the Patriots. I would love to see the Rams get the upset, but the Rams are so bad. I mean, they have a good defense statistically, but you put a good enough offense out there against them, LOL, the Saints, and you will see that defense just implode. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna put them on upset alert because I hope the Rams find a way to win. It would just be nice just to see the Rams. I would love to see the Rams actually be good, but like, man, they're playing with a rookie quarterback too, so that's gonna be tough, as well. So I don't know. It's an odd thing going on with them.
Yeah. Then we got New Orleans versus Detroit. Oh, I'm gonna go with Detroit. I think they've been playing good this season, and I think they can get the win. New England hasn't been bad; they've been pretty good too. But I don't know. Just I'm feeling Detroit. I'm feeling them. I think they got this. But I'm putting you on an upset alert because New Orleans somehow finds ways to win.
Oh, I gotta go with Detroit. Detroit is one of those like sleeper teams this year. One of those teams that we kind of just expected to be Detroit. And honestly, I think actually, like I think we talked about this in the preseason picks. I think losing Calvin Johnson actually helped Detroit a lot. Because it forces Matt Stafford to spread the ball around. Like before, he was just throwing to Calvin Johnson, and I think now, and it felt like they really didn't even have any more talent on that team. There was a point where they had their number one receiver was Calvin Johnson, and number two was Chris Durham. He was just a big old fella. That was pretty much it. And then the slot receiver, who knows? So like that. I feel like now that they have a little bit more depth with Golden Tate and Marvin Jones Jr. and guys like that, I feel like, and I think they still have Pettigrew. If I'm not, no, Ebron. They got Ebron, but like with more depth there, they're just a better team. And plus, they got Theo Riddick who can catch the ball out of the backfield too. So I think the Detroit Lions are going to win. I think the Detroit Lions are poised to win this division. Because at first we thought it was the Vikings, and then the real Vikings showed up, and everybody's gonna say, "Oh, it's the Packers, baby! It's the Packers. They're the Packers." And yeah, the Packers have it was a good record a couple weeks ago, but they have a decent record. But didn't the Packers lose to the Detroit already? If I'm not mistaken. I can't remember right offhand if they did.
I think
that might have been when Detroit wasn't playing that well, but I think the Packers lost to Detroit. I have to look that up. But I think the Lions are just poised to go to the playoffs this year. I'm excited about it. No, they lost. The Lions lost it in that game, but the Lions are playing much better than they were in that game. So I think the I almost said the Pistons. Goodness, the Lions. The Lions are going to win this game, and I think it's going to propel them to win the division when they meet the Packers. I think I can't remember what day it's on right offhand, but when they meet the Packers, I think they're gonna beat them too. So I'm going with Detroit.
I love how we started talking about Detroit, and I saw the meme that you shared. I saw it before too, with Calvin Johnson. Perfect timing. But moving on, we got Denver going into Jacksonville. As much as I want Jacksonville to win, and they're the underdogs that I feel like you really want to root for, but then you look at their record and they're still. So I'm gonna give Denver the win, but I'm putting them on upset alert.
Casey, did you see the Rip Ellsworth thing I showed you, that I mentioned you in?
Let me.
But anyway, we have who was it again? I missed it.
We got Denver and Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville. Yeah, I just remember Jacksonville, and I was like, oh god. Yeah, Jacksonville. Jacksonville's actually got the defense that they used to have. It's funny because last year the defense was absolute garbage, and their offense was good. This year their offense is absolute garbage, and their defense is good. So if they can just mix them up a little bit, they'll be good. Maybe. I'm going with Denver. I still don't think Denver's that great, but they have a good defense. That's about it. I don't know if that offense, like, they have the talent on that offense, but I think Trevor Siemian's still getting used to everything. I think he's played pretty well for a guy who hasn't played really in the NFL. But obviously their main goal is to run the ball and play defense, so it's not really set up for him to play well. So I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos over Jacksonville, even in Jacksonville. Still going with Denver.
All right, I don't see it. You should find it and tag me in it again, because yeah. But anyway, we got these jobbers, the Baltimore Ravens, jobbers, going up against the Miami Dolphins, the Fins that get the wins. And the Fins, they getting the wins this week. They getting the wins. We could skip over DJ because he can't deny that the Fins get the wins.
Oh goodness. It's gonna be a much tougher game than I thought it was gonna be. When you look at the Dolphins earlier in the season, they were not good. But the Ravens they're kind of making some moves right now. Now, albeit they played against the Bengals last week, so that's not like a proving game or anything. And no, it was nice to see. I was excited. I meant to talk more junk to Lamar, but I didn't get to. But I'll make sure I do it again in week 17. But I mean, the Dolphins are playing well. They're doing some good things with the rush offense now. They're 6th in the league in rush offense, and they're doing a good job with Jay Ajayi. But I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I think the defense is too much for the Dolphins. Tannehill hasn't been good against good defenses. You can look back at his record against the Patriots to see that. And I think the Ravens offense. I like the creativity. There's a little more creativity to it. Kenneth Dixon has turned into a man, and I'm excited. He's finally getting a chance to play off the I think it was a suspension. There might have been injury, but he's finally getting a chance to play, so he's doing some good things. But I think the more they take shots down the field, the better they're going to be, and I don't think the Dolphins are that good. I think the Dolphins are good enough to potentially beat the Patriots when they play them again, and maybe win the division. But I need them to lose this game because the Ravens need to stay up on first place in the AFC North. So I'm going with the Ravens. I think they're the better team. Look back when they played against the Cowboys, against Ezekiel Elliott. Really, I know he still had over 100 yards, but they made sure that 100 yards was spread out, especially at the end of the game when it was kind of they were just running the clock out anyway. But they made sure that was spread out. So I feel like they're going to do the same thing to Ajayi. They're going to bring the Dolphins back to a time that they really don't want to be in, and that's a time when they have to pass it more than they want to. I think Tannehill's good, but I don't think, once again, Tannehill's a guy who I don't think they've put him in a position to be, really good as a quarterback. So I think that the Ravens are going to win this at home.
All right. I can hear the denial in your voice. I can. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on and crack open a nice cold Oakland Raiderade. You got to get the nice one, the cold one right at the bottom. We put the bottom there and then put all the ice around it so it gets nice and cold. We crack that open. Oh, so good. It's very refreshing. But they're going in. No, they're not going in.
Wait. Can the kids drink Raiderade? I'm just wondering. Is it like an alcoholic beverage, or like you got like an alcoholic version, then you got like the normal kid friendly version?
Yeah. We got the sippy cup version. We got the juice box version for the kids. We got a couple different versions for the kids. Then we do have the adult version. We keep that in a safe place away from the little kiddies. But anyway, we got Oakland at home, inviting Buffalo to lose. I like Buffalo. I do. I think they're a nice little team. Sometimes I root for them. I go, yay, let's go Buffalo. But not in this one. No, because they're going up against the 9-2 Oakland Raiders, who are going to be the 10-2 Oakland Raiders. DJ.
The Raiders look like, you got the Raiders like up here. If you can see my hands, they're up here in the top area of the screen. And then you got everyone else in the division way below them. So the Raiders just look so much better than everybody in that division. Even when you look at Denver, like Denver's defense is solid, but Oakland's defense is good enough to stop you when their offense is good enough to capitalize on those stops. And I think Oakland's really good. I'm kind of interested in this game. I think this game could go either way, honestly, because the Bills have actually looked pretty good. I kind of want to see how that defense is going to play against a more mobile quarterback in Tyrod Taylor. I want to see how that Raiders defense is going to play against them, because they don't have the defensive ranking, but I think they're aggressive enough to where they can stop you when they need to, and that offense is good enough to at least play shootout football if they have to. So but I do think if the Buffalo Bills can turn this into a defensive game, the Raiders will lose. I don't think the Raiders are a good defensive game team. They're not they're scrappy, but they're not like kind of scrappy of old, like Al Davis scrappy, and not Al Davis like recent Al Davis with Jamarcus Russell and no, not that Al Davis. The one before that when they was winning. But I'm actually going with the Bills for the upset. I'm going with the Bills. I think the Raiders are good. I do. But I think when you're riding this much momentum, eventually it's got to come tumbling down. And you would rather that momentum take a little bit of a pause right now than to take a little bit of a pause when you can't get any momentum back, and that's in the first or second week of the playoffs. Buffalo Bills.
Okay. So we're going into Arizona with the grass, the legendary grass, and Washington's gonna come in there. The Auras are gonna play on the grass, but I actually think this could be a good game. DJ, pick this one.
All right. I'm going with the Redskins. I mean, wow, the Cardinals defense is #1 in the league. You wouldn't think so. But I'm going with the Redskins. That offense is heating up when they really need to. They should have beat Dallas. They had their opportunities. They just didn't capitalize on them. And Dallas did a good job of stopping them in the red zone. But I don't think the Cardinals defense is that great. Even last week, I don't think they kept Matt Ryan under 300 yards. But yeah, I got to go with the Redskins. I think the Redskins have a lot more to play for right now than the Cardinals do. Simply because the Redskins are still in the race for the division lead if they want to be. Now, albeit they gotta, somebody's got to stop Dallas, but Dallas still has to play. I think all three of those teams again in their division. So that could be an easy way of getting themselves back where they need to be from Washington's perspective. But I want to see Washington do something in the rest of the season and in the playoffs a little bit because I like Kirk Cousins a lot. Big fan, being a Michigan State fan. Big fan of him. So I'm going with the Washington Redskins. Ooh wee!
All right. I think I'm also going to go with Washington. I feel like we just can't trust Arizona as much as we would like to, especially with the grass. The grass, they grow it outside.
Outside, they do.
And then they roll it. They roll it into the stadium.
With the
There's a video on YouTube. You go watch it. It's amazing. It'll change your life.
I actually got it as my wallpaper right now.
He probably does. He probably actually does. But anyway, we got Pittsburgh versus the New York Football Giants. Ooh. DJ, pick this one also first because I got to think about it.
The Steelers Giants, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Giants. The Giants have looked pretty good. Well, they're the Giants. I don't think they ever really look good. They just win. And I can't I know I'm a Ravens fan. They're the rival, but I just don't see the Steelers as being that great. They're just not. They've had spurts where they just haven't looked good at all. And I think the Steelers are going to show that they're not good again against the Giants, and people are still going to be like, "Oh, they're going to win the division though," because no, they're not. I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants. I think that they both have a lot to play for, but the Giants are so close to Dallas. As far as being 8-3, Dallas being 9-1, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 10-1. No, they're 9-1, I think. But 10-1. But yeah, I mean the Giants. I just think they're just a better team. I think they're more consistent. They may not look like the greatest team ever, but I think they play more consistent than the Steelers do. And that Steelers defense isn't the same defense of old that we're used to seeing. So I think the Giants are going to get the win.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Giants. I don't think the Steelers are as good as Steelers fans think they are, and Steelers fans think they're the greatest team ever, and they're not. They're not. Your terrible towels are just terrible. They're terrible. They're basically toilet paper painted yellow, and yeah. But anyway, we got. Oh, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it with the accent, and we got this.
Go Chargers, go! Yeah.
We got the San Diego Superchargers versus Tampa Baby. You know, I'm gonna go. This one's tough too.
It is.
It's real tough. Oh, why do these games have to be so hard? Why? I have an idea who I'm going with, but I want to hear DJ's thoughts.
Oh man, this one is tough. You know, both teams that are kind of like around the same area.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, this one's a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Yeah, I'm going with Tampa Bay. I'm going with the Crab Legs because the Chargers have shown that they're like. I think Tampa Bay has found more ways to win than the Chargers have. Obviously, they have 6 wins to the Chargers 5, but you know, to the Tampa Bay has looked like a pretty good team, a formidable team at least, competitive if nothing else. And I think the Chargers have shown time and time again that they can throw for 8,000 yards in one game and still lose. So I got to go with Tampa Bay. I got to go with the Crab Legs. I think Jameis Winston is out here trying to make a run. I'm trying to think of who else is in that division and what the standings are. Well, we know the Panthers suck, so we don't have to worry about them. But I think Tampa Bay is what, second in that division behind the Falcons? Yeah, 7-4. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Tampa Bay isn't as bad as they may have looked in some of the games this year because they're right there behind Atlanta, who's looked really good this year. So I'm going Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay has a little more to play for than the Chargers do. The Chargers have looked a lot better than I think anyone would have ever thought they would have. But I think the Buccaneers, just having that little bit of extra to play for, is going to help the Buccaneers propel themselves over this game.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Tampa Baby also. And not just because I like say, okay, mostly because I like saying Tampa Baby.
He's a Crab Legs fan.
I do like crab legs. The purchased kind, not the stolen kind. I don't like going to jail for crustaceans. You know, it's just not.
I don't think he even went to jail for it. He just
it's because he's a football player, and he was like, "Hey, I'm a football player," and they were like, "Okay."
Hey, I'm Jameis Winston.
Do you know who I am? But anyway, speaking of Carolina sucking, they're going to suck against Seattle. Going with Seattle. That's all I have to say. DJ.
Oh, goodness. This is like the Super Bowl. You remember the Broncos versus the Panthers? This is that same game, but if the NFC could play the NFC. And we remember how that game went. But I don't know. The Panthers, to me, are just a scrappy team, but they're playing in Seattle. Oh, I don't know. The bad part about it is Seattle being as good of a defense as they are. Seattle knows how to defend a mobile quarterback because they have one. So I'm going to go with Seattle. I don't want to. I really don't. But I think the Panthers, they're a gritty team, but they're also 4-7. So I got to go with Seattle, unfortunately.
All right. And then that was the Sunday night game. The Monday night game, we got the great Indianapolis Colts. And they're gonna go on a trip. They're going on a trip. They're gonna stop by my house because we're gonna hang out for a day. They go, but then they're gonna go over to New York, actually New Jersey, but we won't tell anybody. WWE still thinks it's New York, but it's New Jersey, and they are gonna face the New York Football Jets, and I honestly, I do think we can get the win in this one. It just depends if. Oh wait, is Luck still out this week? Shit.
Yeah, that's what it depends on, basically.
Yeah.
I think they would have beat the Steelers if Luck would have been in.
Yeah.
But the Steelers didn't even look good in that game.
Yeah.
And we've seen the Colts defense. Well, we don't see them because they're actually. I think there's actually been a study that the Colts defense doesn't actually exist.
Anyway, going with Indianapolis, if Luck is in the game, DJ.
Let's see. Andrew Luck on track to play Monday. So I'm going to assume he's playing.
All right. That's good.
And I'm going to go with the Colts. The Jets, I don't understand. So the Jets played, I think Bryce Petty, if I'm not mistaken. Rookie Bryce Petty for one game. Not that he played bad or anything, but they took him out last week in favor of Ryan Fitzpatrick, who I love. I love Ryan Fitzpatrick. I do. But they took Bryce Petty out, the young man trying to prove himself, trying to get some NFL snaps. They took him out because, LOL, it's the Patriots. What? Explain this to me. I just want to let you guys know the Jets were 3-7 at that point. And why not just let the rookie quarterback play? I know he's playing the Patriots, but you do realize, if you want him to be your quarterback anyway, he's going to have to play the Patriots eventually. So I just thought that was real dumb. I was offended as not even a Jets fan for that man. But I'm going to go with the Colts. I think if Andrew Luck plays, I think they'll be fine. If Andrew Luck doesn't play, I think they'll be fine. They're the Jets. They're playing against the Jets, guys. They're not that good. Yeah. I got to go with the Colts. I think even Scott Tolzien, I think is who it is. I think even he could play well against the Jets. And don't get me wrong, he played actually pretty well against the Steelers last week. He had some chances, but it happens. Just thrust in there and hoping that he can get the chemistry and everything down. I understand, but yeah, I gotta go with the Colts.
All right. Well, that was your Week 13 picks in the NFL. It's weird. We only got 4 more weeks left in the regular season. It feels like this season went by really quick. But leave your predictions in the comments or tweet us at ICW_podcast. I'm pretty sure we'll probably, most likely, maybe do some sort of special video, kind of talk about the playoffs, because the playoff pictures are coming to to frame, I guess. I don't know, but we can get an idea of what's going on right now. We kind of talk about who we think is going to make it, things like that. But we'll be doing that. We also have our weekly WWE review tomorrow. We got TNA on Thursday, and at some point we have to do predictions for TLC, and possibly for Ring of Honor Final Battle. I don't know if DJ is gonna watch it, but I am. But anyway, we will be doing that eventually, all that stuff. But until then, we will see you on the flippity dippity. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell Justin he sucks.